I don't answer questions.
Okay, I don't really know how to respond to that, sir.
You bastard.
Bastard.
You either fight me or you lose your teeth.
But if I meet up, you see teeth.
Captain Awesome.
Hey guys, Rogue Nation here with you. Today we got a video from a really new channel on the scene, Heads Up & Co. They've got 75 subscribers. I'm number 75. This was recorded at a budget hearing, or right outside a budget hearing, Madison County, Indiana. Just a couple days ago, four days ago. Of course, you know, when people start asking questions, that's when you become combative. That's when you become argumentative. That's when you become disorderly. You have to be removed from the area. Whenever you start asking questions and they won't answer you, and you ask them again, and they won't answer you, and you ask them again, then you're combative. Then you're argumentative. Run by these guys, let them know we thank them for standing up for their rights, for exposing Madison County, Indiana, and hopefully the public shaming that will come from this video will help Madison County, Indiana to realize that we're watching, so they need to start acting right. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
I mean, honestly, who
This
was
is a
accountable?
political test.
There's a whole room of people
I'm not
showing
fighting
up
you
because
guys.
they're concerned
I'm
about
not
this
violent.
very
I'm not
reason.
violent.
And we don't want to fight.
I know, we're not fighting.
We have an order to.
I understand
make
that.
sure
Okay, I
And
understand.
I would love to not have
Sure.
any extra paperwork.
Sure,
or the same thing on your
dude,
end.
I get it.
So,
Here's the deal. I would gladly take what I need to take to fight this and prove that this is done inappropriately.
In a peaceful
you guys
manner.
putting your hands
In
on
a peaceful manner.
Yeah, and I'm not fighting you guys.
Yep.
I'm not raising a hand. I don't have any weapons. You guys checked me when I came in. I'm standing in a meeting trying to speak to elected officials.
Former
You guys
police
watch-
officer.
Former police officer, bro. You guys see how that gentleman beat that gavel violently like that?
It's not his job. It's not his job. It's not his job to do that.
He's the only one that raised his voice.
It's not his job to do that as the president of the
All
county
we gotta
council.
do is let.
Respectfully, your state statute.
is it removed from there? Does he have to be removed from the courthouse?
No
No,
way.
it's not disruptive. I don't care if he's
No
standing right
way.
here, but the statute is perfectly clear. I mean,
But
and we have no
I know.
recourse.
Right, you have to follow.
I
Yes,
understand. Right,
you
right.
have to follow.
Right, but
Yes,
that's-
yes.
And
Yes.
I'm testing that
No,
because
I get it.
J.D. Prescott, when he put forth, the state representative put forth 838, it's an unconstitutional bill. So it's completely out of line.
And
So
if that
that's
gets
the reason
changed
I'm
in case
pushing
law at
this.
some point, then
Right,
then we'll act on
or
that.
that's what we're doing.
Thank you for being professional. Thank you.
However,
Thank you.
I'm going to say that I was pushed out of that meeting, I guess under duress.
Against
If
your
I would've
will.
laid
I mean,
down, what
it's
would
on
I have done?
video, so yeah,
I mean, you
unwillingly.
put your hands on me and pushed me out of there.
Yep.
We
Outside
don't
of my.
want to arrest anybody.
I understand that, but I don't want to leave
And
that
we
meeting.
don't like the position
So
we
what
get put
happens
in.
if I walk back in that meeting?
You will go to jail probably.
Okay,
No.
so let's peacefully do that.
Like, there's no point.
I'm gonna,
It's okay,
yeah.
let's peacefully do
So
it on camera.
I'm gonna
Let's
put
just
my
do
hand
it
on the
last
door,
time.
and then you guys can stop me. I'm not
The
gonna fight you.
statute is very clear, correct? So
But I mean,
let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, the statute forces our hand if the
sure,
Let's
presiding
get it over with.
officer.
right,
Let's
right,
just get it over
and he is out of control.
Right.
He's
You guys
done
don't.
too
You guys
much.
don't have to follow
You're-
his
and
orders.
Since you guys can't do anything
We
about
operate the
it,
black and
let
white.
him-
He's not.
I get it.
He's not your
I get it.
boss,
I
though.
understand that. I mean, I'm not against you guys.
He's
That
not your
statute
boss.
does make us his boss. We have to act on his. Read the statute, sir.
He's the president
how
of
So
it
the
works,
statute is
because I
clear.
have
He's
fought
gonna
And the
hold
not
sheriff
your
is
boss.
required to be at this meeting.
Right.
And if he so directs us to remove somebody after 3 warnings, and it is
Right.
led to before you weren't even here when the meeting
I,
started.
you know, oh, I've been watching the whole thing
So
outside.
before it
yes.
started, he
And
laid
so
down
I
the
need to
law
know
with
that
that.
we're doing this
I understand
under
that.
duress.
So
He's
Because
getting
I
ready
do
to
not want
deny
to
the
leave this
sheriff's
building.
department
I want
money.
to hear what's in here.
Do what?
He's
I am
getting
not
ready to
violent
deny the
against any of
sheriff's
these people,
department money.
And there's no issue.
I don't know what's happening.
He's
So,
a punk.
I just need to know. Like, yes.
sit right here. You
Okay.
can hear the meeting, you can
Sure.
get online and watch it.
Absolutely.
And there are times for public
Is there a way
comment.
to turn that on for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
can we do
speakers
that?
should be on. Yes, the speakers should be
I
broadcasting
mean, you
it.
guys are watching it out there, and,
I've never seen it on there.
It was
Oh,
on
They
that's
have
all
the
when I
controls
walked
up
in.
there.
Yeah.
Todd
It
Culp
was on
had.
the TV when I walked in.
where?
When I walked in.
They don't want this stuff.
Oh, no, listen. It was.
Can you go up there and watch it?
If they want me sitting up there with them, they're your guys. You gotta ask them. I don't know.
I mean, if you're not going to be disruptive.
I mean, my whole point though is that doesn't allow me to communicate.
Yeah, he needs to be able to
So
communicate.
that's the issue.
Right.
He wants to go into the meeting. Just let him go.
According to him, you lost that right when he gave you 3 warnings.
Okay, so if I try to go in there, you guys will arrest me.
You bring trespass onto the table. You bring.
Well, I haven't. No one has. You've not taken
He
my
didn't-
information.
the
You've not ran it
president
through
said
this
he didn't
mess.
say
I've not
anything
been
about
trespassed.
trespass.
I mean, you guys can write that up, and then it's Rodney's determination if he files that or not.
Right.
He's not going to file trespass on this.
They didn't say
At the
trespass in the
most,
room.
it would be at disorderly conduct, which he may or may not file, but we will fight and we will.
necessarily disorderly conduct.
It's not. So what law have I broken?
What if
What-
you're not, if you
what
go
law?
back in,
Yeah.
you're violating
What law is that?
the one that gives the president power
Right.
for his.
What
But
is
that's
that?
not a
So it's
law.
up to him,
It's a
so-
state statute.
Yeah.
It's a state
So-
statute. That is not
Yeah,
a
so if you
law.
violate that statute.
Is it an IC code?
So what
It
is
is
that
not a
statute?
law.
If
It's
you
a
just
statute.
at that point.
It is a
and you
state
don't voluntarily
statute.
walk
Right.
out. So
And so
if
if
you
you
don't
take me to
voluntarily
jail at
walk
that
out,
point, I'm preliminarily booked for what?
we're not taking you to jail for
No,
that.
if I try to go back in there, what will I be going to jail for?
If we grab a hold of you and
Yeah.
ask you out of there
Yeah.
and you don't comply,
Yeah.
you'll go to jail for resisting.
Well, I mean, I will comply at that point that you try to take me out of there.
Then it's my understanding trespass would be charged. You will receive a trespass warning for being here.
Okay,
But-
let's do that.
So you
But, I mean,
guys,
I'm
so to
asking
be
you
clear,
do
you
that.
guys are putting the trespass on him because
So,
they
yeah,
didn't say
you guys
anything
are
about
trespassing.
trespassing inside
Right.
the building.
I mean,
or
to me,
inside
it's
that
not
room.
disorderly conduct.
So
You
it's
can't
the
solicit a
trespassing is
trespass.
towards
Answer
you
the
guys,
question
not
when you're
them,
talking
right?
over me.
Okay.
Well, there's other people talking, so I just wanted to get it out. Are you
Let
guys
him-
putting the trespass on him because they didn't say
Yes,
anything
because he
in
can't
there?
go back in there because he's been removed by the president.
So the trespass would be a charge from you guys, not a motion
He's
from
not a
the.
law enforcement officer.
But
He
he's
can't
not,
charge
he's
you.
not suggesting trespass
So
to
if you
you.
trespass
He
is
never
different.
suggested trespass on Christopher
The
Boulevard.
county would be acting as an agent on the county, saying you can't come to this meeting.
Yeah.
And if you go back in there, then
Can't
you're
answer
not
my
So
question when
you're
whenever
telling
he's
me
talking, but
under
still doesn't
the,
answer my
under
question.
the color of law, under the threat of arrest,
What the fuck
that
are you
I
doing?
cannot go back into this building, into that room.
That's my understanding from when we talked to the
No,
prosecutor's
I don't.
office about
I
it.
can't. I need to know yes or no.
That you will be
Or
charged with
what,
trespass.
what's your name, sir?
Mike Warner.
Captain or
I'm the
lieutenant?
chief deputy.
Okay, Chief Deputy Mike Warner.
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 Yeah.
So you're telling me that Chief Deputy Mike Warner or one of his deputies, Lorenz and Weber.
Weber.
I'm not a First Amendment auditor. I'm just someone trying to attend a meeting. You know what I mean?
I understand.
You're telling me that under the threat of arrest, if I attempt to walk back into that meeting
You've been
peacefully, that you will
But
arrest
you've
me.
already lost your right to do
This
that.
I've
is a
not
yes or
lost
no
a right
question.
to.
This is yes or
I've
no
not
question.
lost my First Amendment rights to redress my government.
And
You cannot take that.
That's
Right.
That's for you to decide with
Right,
case
right,
law,
right.
and
I get it.
you know how that works.
I get it. I get it. I'm more than fine with that. I'm
Right.
saying, so you're telling me under the threat of arrest.
If you walk back in there, you'll be charged with trespassing.
Okay. So you're telling me that.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we were directed from the prosecutor's office, that that's the charge to file if, in fact, somebody doesn't obey. Like, if you're not going to resist.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to resist. So
No.
then what happens? You go to jail.
If you're getting your trespass warning,
Okay.
and if you refuse to leave,
Okay.
yes.
What about his
And
property?
What did I do? What are you going to articulate in your report?
That you, everything that's happened. That you
What's
were
happened?
here,
Can you
you
be
were removed-
specific,
you were removed
please?
by that,
Right.
and that you were not to be in that room.
And
Okay?
was I cursing?
Nobody said anything about that.
But the
We're
warnings
asking you
weren't
a yes or no
valid.
question.
The warnings weren't valid to make him.
Yeah.
To make him.
You're missing the point of how.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I get it. It's not.
Right.
It's not
Missing his
But you
question
can
that we
stand
asked
up as
him.
we.
We're
answered
gonna
his
arrest
question.
him.
You can
I said
stand
yes,
up as
but
we
go
the
back.
people.
You didn't say yes
Trespassing.
whenever he asked you a question.
just
I have it
did.
on video.
You guys
You
can
can go back and
stand
look
with
at
we
your
the people and tell President Gale he's a joke. He can't
then,
do
then
that.
we have to go to jail too.
No.
Yes.
I'm not going to take you to
You guys
jail.
could do the right
Who's going to
thing.
take
So
you
you
to
guys are
jail?
free to do the right thing.
Who's gonna take you to jail?
The statute back
Who?
in to a
It's a
corner.
state statute.
Well,
Who's
you
going to
understand
take
that-
us to
you
jail
understand
if we all
Mr.
stand
So
together?
respectfully, if
You
the
have
president got out of
discretion,
hand and was like super disrespectful and stuff like that, who
on
is to
making
decide
arrests
that
for
he's out
misdemeanor
of hand?
arrests.
The rest of the
You
council
have
should
discretion.
do a vote.
I don't know what
And
you're
she
trying
tried to do a vote,
accomplish.
and
You're gonna
nobody
vote for it?
continued.
If-
Nobody
What?
continued to attempt to count
What,
to
what,
speak on
that
this.
what do you guys
Vote
want to do?
failed.
Yeah, I mean,
Then nobody
need
tried to
know
do that though. They didn't go
that
through
under
the
the
vote.
threat of
They didn't
arrest,
get the
if
They
I go
didn't go
back in
through it
there,
at
I'm
all.
going to be
They
arrested.
didn't go through it at all and ask anybody else but
Okay,
Bethany.
is- are
And
we
they kicked her
recording
out
this?
after that, so they
One
never got to
person
that
made a
point.
Very good. Well,
So after that, it would be the
You
council.
would go to jail.
The council is the only one that can.
Okay.
Right, so it would be the council, but they never got to speak on that.
okay, I'll stay out here.
Yeah, we have to
We'll-
come out here.
Yeah, that works.
I was just making sure that wasn't you
There
guys.
is a
That
process.
if it was going to be like a sheriff who decided it,
I mean,
or if it was
I
just
can
Anything
also-
else can remove the
I just
council
need
or
to
the
know
council. So if
that's-
one member
that's what
says
you're telling
vote to
me.
remove him and someone seconds it, then they all vote.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, and we'll see
wanna hang out a
what.
bit?
Yeah, yeah.
At that door, they have audio and video.
Parking spots out there that say
What about your property?
2 hour
I don't have
building,
anything in
9 to
there.
5.
Okay.
Catherine's got all that.
All right.
Yeah, take care.